Hello everyone. In this tutorial, let's take a look at some of the basic concepts of the chapter Profit, Loss and Discount. Profit loss is something which takes place in commercial transactions. It is something which we encounter on a daily basis. So it is extremely important to understand how we go about calculating these things. Now, let us take a look at some of the terms and the basic concepts used in these calculations. First, what do we mean by the cost price? Well, to keep things simple, just remember as whatever went out of your pocket in creating or getting an item would be the cost price for you. So, if you happen to go to a shop and pay 100 rupees to get a notebook, then the cost price of the notebook for you is rupees 100 because it is rupees 100 that went out of your pocket to get you that book. The sale price is what you earn from selling something. Basically, it is what comes into your pocket. So the same book, if you happen to sell it to your friend for rupees 120, then rupees 120 is what the person gives you. It comes into your pocket. So that would be counted as your sale price. So the profit or loss that you would incur in such transactions is basically the difference between what you spent in getting the product and what you earned by selling the product. In other words, profit or loss is nothing but the difference between the sale price and the cost price. So you earn a profit if you earn more than what you have spent in getting a product. You get an item for 100 and sell it for 120, then you earn 20 rupees more. That would be a profit for you. On the other hand, a loss is incurred when you earn less than what you actually spent in creating or procuring the item. So if an item costs you rupees 100 but you manage to sell it for only rupees 90, then you actually spent 100 and got back only 90. The 10 rupees difference which is still pending is a loss incurred by you. So to just strengthen this concept, let's take a couple of examples. If you purchase an item for rupees 500 and sell it for rupees 650, then rupees 500 went out of my pocket, so my cost price is 500. Rupees 650 is what came in my pocket, so my selling price is rupees 650. As my selling price is greater than my cost price, I earned a profit, and this profit is the difference between my sale price and my cost price, which is rupees 150. Similarly, if I purchase an item for rupees 300 and sell it for rupees 250, then as rupees 300 went out of my pocket, that is my cost price, and as I got rupees 250 in, that would be my selling price. As my sale price is less than my cost price, I have incurred a loss, and this loss is the difference between the cost price and the sale price, that is rupees 50. Now, we always estimate profit or loss as a percentage. For this, always remember that the cost price has to be taken as 100%. So calculation of profit percentage or loss percentage is always done taking the cost price as the base. Remember, the selling price is something which you determine. You can always vary the amount at which you sell an item, but the cost is something which you have already done. So it only makes sense to take the cost price as your base, and any profit or loss that you earn is always calculated in comparison to the cost price. Let us say a particular item costs me rupees 200. If I sell it for rupees 250, what is my profit or loss percentage? In this case, my cost price is rupees 200 and sale price is rupees 250. As my sale price is greater than my cost price, I have incurred a profit. This profit is SP minus CP, which is rupees 50. Now, the question asks what is my profit or loss percentage. I have earned a profit of rupees 50. Comparing this to my cost price, rupees 50 is what percentage of my cost price of rupees 200. So I get that 50 is 25 percentage of my cost price of rupees 200. Remember, we had taken the cost price as 100 percentage. Similarly, if a particular item costs me rupees 4,500 and I sell it for rupees 4,000, then what is my profit or loss percentage? Well, in this case, my cost price is 4,500 while sale price is 4,000. As my sale price is less than my cost price, I have incurred a loss. Now this loss in terms of rupees is the difference between my cost price and sale price, which is rupees 500. 500 is what percentage of my cost price, that is rupees 4,500. If we use the basic concepts of calculation of percentages, we can find out then 500 is 11.11 percentage of my cost price. So my loss percentage is 11.11 percentage. Now we have a concept called marked up price and discount, and this concept is something which every buyer should know about. In fact, this is the concept which is most commonly used by most of the sellers and shopkeepers out there. Now remember, if I make an item for rupees 100 and I wish to sell it for rupees 120, then my cost price is rupees 100 and my sale price is rupees 120. But if I put a label of rupees 120 on the product, then to earn the desired amount of rupees 120, I cannot afford to give any discount to my customer. But this is India. We love getting discounts on our products. And I know that my customer is going to demand a discount of 25%. So how do I adjust my label price such that even after offering him a discount of 25%, I still manage to earn rupees 120? Well, this is where we get the concept of marked up price. Now remember, here the marked up price is supposed to be taken as 100%. Now, the discount is what I offer on my marked price. So after deducting or subtracting my discount from the marked price, I get my sale price. So my sale price is nothing but my marked price of 100% minus the discount of 25%, which is 75%. And I already know that I wish to sell it for rupees 120. So if 75% is rupees 120, then 100% is what? And simple cross multiplication will give me the answer that if 75% is rupees 120, then 100% is rupees 160. So this means that I have given a discount of 25% on my marked price and given a discount of rupees 40 on rupees 160 to still earn me rupees 120. So to revise the concept, if I know that I'm expected to give a discount on the product, I do not label the product with my selling price. I add certain amount to the selling price, which is called the markup, and print the markup price on the product. So when a customer asks for a discount, I subtract the discount from the marked price and finally give it to the customer at my selling price. So for the sake of discount, we take the marked price as 100%. Now let's understand all these concepts with a few examples. If Mohan buys a watch for rupees 350 and sells it for rupees 392, what is his percentage of profit? Now this is one of the simplest examples possible. My cost price is 350, sale price is 392, profit is my SP minus CP, which is 42. So my profit percentage is taken over CP as 100%. So my profit percentage calculates 42 is what percentage of 350. So profit by CP, the whole multiplied by 100, gives me my profit percentage as 12. If a man buys 10 articles for rupees 8 and sells them at the rate of 1.25 per article, find his gain percent. Now remember, the cost price is given for articles which are 10 in number, but the sale price is for 1. So we either convert the cost price for one article or find a sale price of 10. In this case, I'm going to find out the cost price per article. So if 10 articles are sold for rupees 8, every article costs me 0.8 rupees. My sale price is 1.25. Profit is SP minus CP, which is 0.45. So profit percentage or gain percentage is profit as a percentage of my CP, which works out to 56.25% profit. Now let us say Sardar Singh bought 200 dozen oranges at rupees 10 a dozen. He spent rupees 500 on transportation. He sold them at rupee 1 each. Then what was his profit or loss percent? Now, in such examples, we simply calculate whatever went out of the pocket as the cost and whatever came into the pocket as the sale. So, taking cost price as total money spent, that would be 200 dozen at the rate of 10 rupee per dozen plus the amount spent of transportation, which works out to rupees 2500. Now, the sale price is 1 rupee per orange and we have got 200 dozen oranges. So 200 into 12 into 1 gives me a sale price of rupees 2400. As SP is less than CP, he incurs a loss of rupees 100 and the loss percentage calculated keeping my cost price as the base works out to 4%. Now, if the selling price of 2/3 of a certain quantity of milk is equal to the cost price of the entire quantity of milk, then what will be the gain percent in this transaction? Now, this problem is worded in a peculiar manner, but don't get too confused. Let's take it step by step and let's understand how such problems can be solved very easily. Now, let there be 3 liters of milk. Why did I take 3 liters? Because I know that the number 2 by 3 is there in the problem. So by assuming a number which is divisible by 3, it becomes easy to calculate. So if I want to calculate 2/3 of something, I will take a multiple of 3 as my assumption. So I took 3 liters of milk. Let the cost of 1 liter of milk be rupees 100. Make life simple. So the total cost price for 3 liters would be rupees 300. Now, it is given that the sale price is 2/3 of the total cost. So the sale price of 2/3 the quantity, that is 2 liters, is rupees 300. So out of 3 liters, 2 liters have been sold at rupees 300, which means the sale price of 1 liter is rupees 150. Now I know cost of 1 liter is rupees 100, which I have assumed, and according to my assumption, the calculation shows that the sale price per liter is rupees 150. So the profit percentage is rupees 50 over rupees 100, which is 50%. So see how intelligently assuming certain numbers can actually help you easily calculate the things. You could have assumed 1 liter of milk, but then your calculation would go in fractions. The cost of 1 liter could be taken as any quantity, but by taking it as rupees 100, calculation becomes extremely simple. Now let us say a shopkeeper sells an article at a gain of 10%. Had he sold it at a loss of 20%, the selling price would be rupees 180 less. So what is the cost price of the article? Now always remember, we take cost price of any article as 100%. Now, he had got a gain of 10%, which would have made the selling price in the first case as 110%. Had he sold it at a loss of 20%, the sale price would be 20% less than CP, that is 80%. Now, the difference between the two selling prices, 110% and 80%, is 30%. And the problem says that had he sold it at a different sale price, the sale price would have been 180 rupees less. So 30% less is same as rupees 180 less. So if 30% is rupees 180, then what is the cost price? I know my cost price is 100%. So if 30% is rupees 180, 100% by cross multiplication gives us the answer as rupees 600. Let us take one last problem to understand the difference of CP and SP in multiple transactions. Let us say Sita sells a calculator to Geeta at a gain of 17%. Geeta sells it to Anu at a loss of 25%, and Anu pays rupees 1842.75 for it. The question is, how much did Sita pay for it in the first place? Now, let the cost price of Sita be 100%. So, when she sells it to Geeta, the selling price for Geeta would be the same as the cost price for Geeta, which is 17% more, which is 117%. Now, Geeta again sells it to Anu. So, the selling price of Geeta would be the cost price for Anu. Geeta sells it at a loss of 25%. So, she sells it at 75% of her cost. So, remember, we do not take the cost price of Sita. Geeta is selling at a loss of 25% to herself. So she sells it at 75% to the amount that she paid to get the product. So her SP would be 75% of 117%, which is 87.75%. Now, cost price of Anu of 87.75% is given as rupees 1842.75. So once I know 87.75% is 1842.75, the amount that Sita paid is the cost price of Sita, which is 100%, which can be found out by basic calculation as rupees 2100. So remember, my cost price would be my cost price. But if I sell it to you, then my sale price becomes your cost price. If you sell it to a third party, then your selling price is the cost price for the third party, and so on. A quick recap of whatever we had done so far. Remember, cost price is what I give, sale price is what I get. Profit is SP minus CP, loss is CP minus SP. Profit percentage or loss percentage is always calculated over the cost price. So the cost price is generally taken as 100%. Marked price is nothing but the sale price plus the markup amount, and marked price minus the discount gives you the sale price. So discount is always calculated over marked price. So for discount calculation, the marked price is supposed to be taken as 100%. I hope this basic tutorial of profit, loss and discount gives you enough understanding of the topic and helps you quickly solve the problems. This is an extremely important chapter because understanding profit, loss and discount is vital for our day-to-day affairs. This tutorial was on the mathematical chapter of profit, loss and discount. My name is N. Sathya. This was an iQue Ideas presentation. Have a good day.